And hey, Tina says, keep cooking, Jay. You're doing great.
So Tina promised to get on and heckle me throughout this thing, so you can look forward to that.
Yep, heckling ensues.
All right, so it is
Chris and
6:30.
Kira, awesome, cool.
So so we're going to talk about the 800-gram challenge. So we sent out an email about it. Just a quick like overview. The 800-gram challenge is for most of the month of April, starting on Monday the 6th to May 3rd. We are going to be focused on eating 800 grams of fruits and vegetables per day. So that is 800 grams of whole fruits and vegetables per day. The idea here is like during this time, everyone's really hungry. Oh, did I lose you? What happened there?
Nope.
So during this time, everyone's really hungry, and I don't know about you, but the first couple days, I just ate everything that I could find. It would be nice if we replace some of that stuff with fruits and vegetables so that we end up out of this thing healthier than when we got into it. So I'm going to do a quick screen share here, and we're going to go through just some of the high-level rules, and then we'll go through some of the basics, and then we'll address some questions. So if you haven't signed up for the challenge, go to crossfithale.com/800, and that will get you all of the details, and then you can just click the sign up link there. It's totally free. Okay, so I am sharing my screen. Just give a quick thumbs up if you can see that. Yes? No? Okay. Heidi, I'm going to rely on you to tell me if people can see it.
Yep. I am trying. I'm still on that delay.
Okay.
So it's TBD.
Okay.
Hold on that.
All right. Well, yeah, it looks like they can see it on Facebook. I'm watching it.
Oh,
Great.
there it is. Yep,
Okay.
perfect.
Okay. So, 800 gram challenge. So it is 800 grams of fruits and vegetables per day. And oops, I'm having a hard time seeing this here. There we go. 800 grams of fruits and vegetables per day. So no foods are eliminated. So the idea here is like you can still have the beer or cake or whatever you want to have, but only fruits and vegetables count towards the 800 grams. Raw, cooked, canned, frozen are all okay on this. If you can weigh it as a standalone and unprocessed fruit or vegetable, you can count it. So we'll go through the one sheet in a second, but just a high level, April 6th to May 3rd. The sign up is totally free. If you go to this page, it's crossfithale.com/800. Then you can sign up for free. We'll just add you to the email list, and you'll get the first email right away. So this is the live stream meeting. So there's going to be $100 grand prize and two $50 raffle prizes for people who log in every day. So it's free to enter, but if you get the highest score, then you could win the $100 grand prize. So we're going to be using SugarWOD to log this, and we'll go through a little bit of how you might do that at the end here. So let's go to the one sheet on this. Yep. All right. So Heidi, you want to go through the high level details here, and we'll read through your questions and kind of answer them at the end. But Heidi, you want to go through these details?
I don't see the one sheet.
Oh yeah, sorry, you have to pull it up, don't you? All right, I'll go through them then. So actually,
oh no.
Actually, before I do that, you've actually been doing this off and on for a little while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
there's my one sheet.
Okay, you found it. All right, great. So now you go through it. What is the challenge?
So as Jay said, you are simply just eating 800 grams fruit or vegetables by weight. That means that's the only thing you're tracking for this period. As you mentioned, again, nothing is restricted. So in addition to cake. And why? Because it simplifies getting your micronutrients. So if you're eating a wide variety of fruits and vegetables and not just all grapes, and no wine doesn't count, if you're not eating all grapes or all whatever, chances are you're getting more of your nutrients and so on. That being said, there's also a lot of fiber in fruits and vegetables. So something that comes up is it often outcrowds the stuff that maybe you're eating more of that you don't necessarily need to, so the excess snacking and so on. So it might, by default, help you out of some of those things that you're struggling with. Um, because you're not eliminating anything, it doesn't really feel so much like a diet, although there is this kind of challenge metric in getting there, at least the first few days. It makes you kind of prioritize vegetables. So, for instance, in breakfast, trying to get at least 300 grams is a really good way to set yourself up so that you're not pounding a pound of vegetables at dinner, and you have a little bit of balance there. I've found that is the strategy I've used in counting macros as well, and that works really well. And I feel like I've already made progress first thing in the day, and also I have better energy. And you really it's pretty simple, to be fair. Like, we have lots of different ways to weigh and measure things, but this is by far the most simple and kind of fun, especially when you're at home. You're more in control of your food. It's much easier to just put out the scale and throw 5 pounds of veggies in there. And I don't mean that, but half a cucumber and, some potatoes on top of your salad and whatever. And you're like, oh, I already have 200 grams. This is amazing.
Yeah.
And that motivation kind of snowballs.
So, you can. So I've done this. I've done it for a couple of weeks, off and on, just to sort of try it. And one day I had just all apples, and it's not. It's doable. You eat 6 apples. It's not a huge deal.
Yeah.
But I am a bigger guy, so maybe that was easier for me. It is pretty simple to eat 800 grams, and if you're eating lots of fruits and vegetables already, then chances are you're already hitting this number. You just haven't measured it. The key here is it's not that you can do it on a given day. The key is that you can be consistent with it. And that really is the challenge, right? If you do it 3 days a week and then 3 other days you don't eat that stuff, then you've kind of erased the benefit of doing it.
You mean you can't have French fries half the week and vegetables half the week and expect to feel really great?
Yeah, exactly. So there's a list here of yes/no foods, and you can find this this info sheet on the on CrossFitHale.com/800. But avocado is good. Coconut is good. Corn, as in corn on the cob, counts. Any corn derivative does not count. So part of the thing here is... Go ahead.
Tortillas don't count.
Yeah.
Corn tortillas. That's my highest rate of corn consumption.
Yeah, popcorn doesn't count as well. That's not great. French fries do not count. So if you cut up potatoes and roast them at home, that counts. Grains don't count. Legumes, olives. So legumes and peas do count, but nuts don't count. Olives counts. Like I said, nuts don't count. The idea here is you want fresh or canned, but whole fruits and vegetables, right? It's nothing processed. Even dried fruits and stuff don't count, right? So you can't eat a whole bag of raisins and count that as your 800 grams. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cat hair doesn't count. I was just going to add that the reason dried stuff is out. I mean, it's very easy to overeat those kind of as more of a candy snack, like eating a whole bag of dried mangoes or plantain chips. Those tend to be hyper palatable, whether they're extra sweet or salted or what have you. So those seem to be something that you could overeat, and you're going to be very hard pressed to overeat cabbage. But 300, 400, 800 calories of dried mangoes, no problem.
Yep. So go ahead and post your questions in there. We'll get to the end of this and then we'll answer all of them. Okay, so we're going to be using SugarWOD for all of this, and I'll show you in a bit how that works. But you need to have access to SugarWOD. You need to have access to the gym. And then once you sign up, then we will add you to a special track in SugarWOD called the 800 gram challenge, where you will log in and see whatever the video is for that day, and then you'll see a scoring sheet that looks like this, right? So each day that you do this, starting on Monday the 6th, you can get 8 possible points. So if you eat 800 grams, you get 4 points. If you do a workout, any workout, that counts as 1 point. And then if you have diversity in your 800 grams, so you see like on this plate, it has a bunch of different fruits and vegetables. So the idea is not that you eat 6 apples a day. I wouldn't recommend that. But if that's what you need to do because you're at an airport, although that's probably not going to happen this month. But if that's what you need to do, then you could do it. But ideally, you want some diversity. And then each week there's going to be a bonus, and the bonus will be, we'll talk about the bonus at the beginning of each week, and so you'll get an extra point for that. Anything to add there, Heidi?
No, nothing to add.
So the hardest part of this challenge is figuring out how to weigh and measure your food, right? So if you don't have a food scale, then you can use your hand as a measuring tool, and there's a video that we can show you about that. But the idea here is just you need to actually weigh and measure it. If you can't sort of estimate it just based on your eye, weigh and measure it to see that you're legitimately getting your 800 grams. And it has to be unprocessed. So, if you go and dry a bunch of blueberries, that's not going to count, right? So there's a bunch of other rules. Go ahead.
To add to that, one really great thing about weighing and measuring is, like, say you do it for a month. After the challenge, you don't necessarily have to weigh and measure your food forever, but it does give you a better idea of how much you're actually taking in. So you might think, a tablespoon of almond butter is a great example of like a tablespoon of almond butter or a tablespoon. And like same with veggies, even though we're trying to maximize those, it's like when you look at it, it's like, okay, after the challenge, oh, that's like a few veggies, and you think that's reasonable, but maybe you should up the portion. And likewise about French fries, maybe that's 800 grams of French fries.
Yeah.
But,
and if you've never ever weighed and measured your food before, it's really eye-opening. And
so useful.
Yeah, even if you only do it for this challenge, it is worth the effort to do that. It's actually a great time to do it as well, because a lot of us aren't going out to eat as much, so you're at home, you're cooking, you're grabbing stuff from your fruit basket or whatever. It works a little bit better. So, all right, anything else to add there? Okay.
Nope.
So I'm gonna hide this, and let's go ahead and get to some of the questions. So what questions do we have so far?
First one is, what would be a good gram recommendation for kids? Brooke, thank you for asking, was thinking 600 grams. I'm assuming that's for Kira and Julian, and I think that seems like a pretty reasonable thing based on appetite differences relative to what they're eating. Often the recommendation is still get 800, but it seems reasonable to me.
Yeah. So we were talking about this a little bit this morning. I have no problem getting 800. I think I might try for 1,000 just because I'm a little bigger guy. And you were making fun of me for that. But I'm 100 kilos, so 225 pounds, and 6 feet tall. Like, even if I eat 800 grams, I'm not going to get anywhere close to the carbs that I need for that day. So I'm going to try for 1,000. So if you're scaling up, you might do that. If you're scaling down, you might do something like 600. So.
Yep.
What else you got?
Next question that Tina's actually chimed in on. Dan asks a good food scale to buy. Tina says the OXO kitchen scale. I agree. There's one that has like a pull-off little screen that makes it easier to see around your plate. They're like $25 at most. Target has them. OXO works. Do you have any other brands that you love?
No, that's the one that we use, and it works great. Yep.
Nancy asks, how do you figure things like chicken tortilla soup, for example, that includes carrots, celery, zucchini, and onions?
So how would you answer this?
Well, I would say I've done this in multiple ways of recipe and macro counting and all of that. I would say weigh your veggies when you put them in, assuming you're making a big batch. So say you're making 8 servings, weigh the total amount of veggies before you put them in. So say it's 200 grams of carrots, 100 grams of onion, and 300 grams of zucchini. Weigh it, put it in. I think that's 600 grams. You have 1 serving. That's something, like 80 grams. So I would do it based on total servings in the recipe and total volume that goes in.
Yeah, I would do that as well. Any other questions? No, that's it. That's all the questions. Fantastic. All right, so I'm going to pull my phone here and show you how we are going to do this in SugarWOD. So, hold on just 1 second. Okay. So we have workout of the day. All right, okay. So Heidi, you probably can't see this, but I'm sharing my SugarWOD screen. So what I'm looking at here is your standard workout of the day. We have a picture of Mitch and Chris on there. And what you're going to do, so once we give you access to this, you're going to click on the workout of the day piece, and you're going to go to 800 gram challenge, right? So we should get you access to this today or tomorrow if you've signed up. If you haven't signed up, you obviously need to sign up to get that. So there's nothing in there for the 800 gram challenge today. But if we go to the 6th, which is the first day, what you're going to see is welcome to the 800 gram challenge. It shows you where to find the leaderboard. There's a video in there that talks about the bonus points for week 1. There's a video that talks about scoring. And then there is a section where you enter in your score. And so you're just going to, it's just like we said, so it's +4 for the 800 grams, and then 1 for workout, 2 for diversity, and then 1 for the bonus. So you just go and log your result. You just put how many points. You put RX or scale, doesn't really matter, and then you write in whatever notes you have. So just like you would log a workout, you would do that same thing in SugarWOD. So each day that you have, there's going to be usually some sort of video or info that can help you with this. So estimating quantities in the next one. There's a flyer, reminder of all the rules, a couple more videos, etc. So a lot of useful information in there. You'll be learning as you go on this. One thing that's really kind of cool about this challenge, we were talking about it this morning, like, back 10, 11 years ago, when I started doing this, my goal was to lose 100 pounds, and the first thing I did was a paleo challenge. So it was just focusing on food quality. Then, after I lost 50, 60 pounds or so, I started focusing more on the quantity of food, and now I kind of measure and weigh a little bit more. But doing the paleo challenge got me most of the way there. And this is basically a way for you to start kind of cleaning up things a little bit to get you into a place where maybe you want to do something a little bit more, or maybe you just want to continue to do this. Yep. Mm-hmm. My favorite thing about this is there's no excuse not to do it. You can do it on your birthday. You can do it on Christmas. You can do it on Cinco de Mayo or New Year's, whatever. There's no excuse not to do it. You can still have cake and champagne and all that other stuff, but you can do your 800 grams. So
also eat your veggies. A few more questions, or at least one more. Nancy asks, always weigh raw, for example, kale. And I would say to that, it says you can cook raw whatever when you weigh. I think it's more convenient to weigh raw. You can kind of just have one plate on the scale and weigh every ingredient as it goes in, but that's just my personal preference.
Yep. Okay. So Alex says this is going to be excellent for her. Hard, but a different mindset.
I love it.
So today's Wednesday. You have the next 5 days to kind of practice this, or just go to the store and buy fruits and vegetables. It's the one thing that every store has an abundance of. It seems like people are buying all the Doritos and Cheez-Its and canned crap, but they're leaving the fruits and vegetables. So you should be able to get whatever fruits and vegetables that you want from the store.
That's what I hear. I haven't been in many moons.
So Malia, you can sign up. It is free. Just click the link.
Please just do it, and then I can fist bump you online.
Yes.
It would make my day.
All right. Unless there's any other questions, I think we're going to wrap it up here. Yep. Thank you all for watching. And if you do have any questions beyond this, just shoot me a note or respond to any of the emails that we send out, or text your coach. If you go to the Hail at Home page, then then you can actually create an appointment with your coach as well. So Rebecca asks, if I make my own berry compote, does that count? I have no idea what that is.
So if there's sugar going into the berry compote, it's basically like a jam that you might eat over ice cream or as dessert or whatever. And I would say if you just like cooked some berries with a little cinnamon, that would probably be okay. If you're adding sugar and making it into a jam or like some sort of processy type thing, I probably wouldn't count it as weight of berries. But if you're just warming up some berries till they burst and get juicy and then you pour it over ice cream,
yeah,
I would count it.
Yes.
That's a fine line, Rebecca. Why are you doing that to me?
Count. Yeah, Rebecca is looking for all of the workarounds.
It's like the zucchini and the zucchini bread. Like if I eat a whole loaf of zucchini bread, I know I ate 200 grams of zucchini.
Yeah. One really good tip on this is try to get your fruits and vegetables in early if possible. Like, if you can, get yourself 300-400 grams with breakfast, then you're already way ahead of it. So,
what are your favorite ideas to do that? Your favorite breakfast fruits and vegetables?
Well, the breakfast I have every day is eggs on top of probably 50 to 75 grams of spinach, and then put some salt on there, and then pour 100 grams of blueberries on there, and then I'll just have an apple as well. So yeah, blueberries to me are like bacon. You can add them to almost anything and they make it taste better.
Yeah, totally. I agree. One tip for you. I like tomatoes. So for breakfast lately, when I started trying this thing, my normal breakfast is rice, sauerkraut, and some sort of cooked protein. So sauerkraut one is like 100 grams or whatever, but also a tomato is a substantial amount, and it just blends in with the rice really nice. So consider tomatoes.
Perfect. All right, I'm missing a couple here. So Rebecca is pushing all of the fruit and vegetable based treats.
My God! So zucchini bread does not count.
So yeah. So just get your fruits and vegetables, Rebecca. Why you got to be so difficult?
Jesus, Rebecca.
All right. Any other questions? Oh, hey, Ruth. Okay. So this should be fun. I mean, it's a challenge that is approachable. You should be able to fit it into your life. I did see a question earlier from Alex. Can she invite her friends? Yes, you can invite your friends. As many people signed up for this as possible is great. So invite your friends, invite your husband, whoever you think might benefit from this and might actually follow through. Send them the link.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So just one quick reminder. So this is the second time today, actually, that we are going live. We're going to be doing this daily for the month of April. And I'm committed to doing this every day. So if you have more questions, daily at 7:30 a.m. If you have more questions, we're going live every day at... We're going live every day in the Facebook group and on YouTube, and you can ask your questions then if you can't get them answered via email or whatever. Oh, we're calling that the Haley Show, by the way.
Yes, not the Hale Y Show.
Yeah, not the Hale Y Show. It's the Haley Show. So if you have more, or if you just want to make fun of us in the chat, then you can see us every morning while we drink coffee and answer questions, talk about the workout of the day, talk about other stuff that we're doing in our 800 gram challenge. We'll probably be eating part of our 800 grams while we're doing that. So
quite possibly.
This is really fun. Angel says blueberries and bacon are not the same. Yeah, they are. No,
they're both delicious, and they start with B.
I've never tried blueberries and bacon.
Side note.
That would be good.
Really? That's what I do at Whole Foods when I get your breakfast and then I have bacon.
That's right. Yes, actually.
Yeah, you totally have.
Yeah, I do that. I do that at Whole Foods. which I probably won't be doing again for a
'Cause
while.
when you're
but
at Whole Foods, you get the cheap bacon.
Yeah.
On that note, there was a great April Fool's post today by Optimized Nutrition that said bacon is now included in your 800 grams daily. Obviously, April 1st.
Yes. All right, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for joining us. This is actually really fun. I love seeing all the comments and responding to them. If you have more questions, you can post them in there, and we'll do our best to go through and answer them. Best way to reach us, though, is via email or text. Or if you want to schedule an appointment with us, our links are all on the Hail at Home page. So just click that link and schedule an appointment. If you have not signed up for the challenge, go to CrossFitHail.com/800 and get yourself signed up. All right. Thank you all for joining. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 7:30. Bye.
See ya.